where should I set up and market my business? Okay. Um, I'm I'm on the fence about a lot of this new new um, social media branding, and it's like contradicting because I am a person that is an online business. I do offer a lot of online services, and I am always on social media. I do take my breaks from my personal life when I need to, but essentially my brand will float and survive off of online presence, basically. But there's a difference. By default, by who I am as a person, I've always been in the center of the community. I've always been very social. I've always done a lot of humanitarian volunteer work. I was born into a certain identity, and then I created a business around that. That's actually what I did, instead of vice versa. So when you're dealing with the fact that maybe you're not as social, or maybe you haven't got out in your niche and you're wanting to do, I'm going to use beauty as an example because again a lot of people do beauty. You want to be an into beauty business, and I've had women who are makeup artists, and I'm like, okay, you're coming to me asking me how you can get help in that particular marketing, but you haven't decided who you are within yourself, and then certain aspects of when you're stepping out in front of people, that is well known. People can see that. People can see inconsistencies. People can see self-doubt and in all these nuances that we all have. But the more importantly, people can see when you really don't believe in yourself. Like beyond self-doubt. Like we're all a little subconscious. That's completely normal. When you just don't believe in what you're doing at all, and you're just like, well, I'm here, I do makeup. I've had people who are phenomenal artists, and I'm like, oh, your stuff is great. You know, you get a couple of pictures, get you some people, and I'm giving them some quick branding tips. Yeah, but this other girls on Instagram, they're so da, da, da. And I'm like, within 5 minutes of your conversation, you're shutting yourself down, okay? And oh, this is just something I want to do on the side. Even if it's something you want to do on the side, again, it takes your time, it takes your energy, it takes your money to start up, and it takes your passion, and sometimes we don't always get it right the first time. So there's a certain level of heartbreak that is tied to entrepreneurship and just life in general. So I want you to understand that when you're stepping out there and you're talking about marketing, what are you marketing? And also again, the why, why you're marketing this. And there could be a million other people in your niche. You have to just do you. And this is so important. This is why I developed the brand around personal development packages, and then like branding packages. Those are tied together. If you're not doing you, and if your brand is successful, and we've seen this many times with musicians and certain artistic people, and they just become their brand too much, and they don't even exist in their lives. You have to balance those things, because that can become very dangerous, where you're just the identity of something that you created. You understand? So when it comes to marketing, where do you start? Where do you start with marketing? The first thing you start with is understanding not so much even your services and what you're going to offer. Scratch that. I do the coaching board. Who you are, what do you want, and why do you want it? Why? That why will ground you throughout so many sacrifices, so many hardships you're going to have to make during the starting of a business. Then if you look at the why, I want to help moms. Say that's your why. I'm a makeup artist, and I want to really help moms. Motherhood was hard for me. I felt like I didn't have any help going back into the work industry, and my look was fading. Makeup allows us to look beautiful, allows us to look more confident. I want to give moms that. Okay, you already have your niche, right? You already have your niche is a smaller market, a specific market that you're trying to serve. And when you niche down, of course, you allow yourself to get a bigger percentage of people who want to work with you, in comparison to you just going out here throwing everything at everyone. Okay, so again, with the marketing is understanding who you are, why you're doing what you're doing, first of all, and then developing that, like the ideal client around that. It's some basic things, 1, 2, 3, but really having that confidence in yourself, understanding that I'm doing this because, and I'm doing this because essentially you're not so much selling a service. If there's 100 makeup artists and I had to choose the makeup artist I was going to go to for my photo shoot, I'm choosing Sophia Dalia. That's one of my favorite. Love you, Dalia. So Dalia is a real makeup artist. I'm choosing Dalia because not just because I know her, I grew up with her, but her work ethic, her personality, the way she makes me feel as I sit in a chair, the fact that she makes time for you, different things like that, you're going to stand out because and the fact that you're a mom. You say, I'm a mom, you're a mom, I know how it is. I'll get you in and out of the chair. I will make sure that I develop a space where we can meet kind of in between if you're really booked up. I'll come to you. You see how your marketing is a little different than maybe someone who's like, I'm a professional woman, I'm doing great in my business, I'm very much stuck in my how much I'm making, and I'm staying in my studio. You need to come to me right now if you want me, because I'm booked. She's a phenomenal woman. You should celebrate her too. But there is a difference because a lot of women maybe don't have the time, the money, or even feel like they're worthy of just running to her, stepping into that woman's chair. Not that one is better than the other, you see, but the marketing is different, the heart is different, the soul is different of the business and the individual. So you need to connect to yourself, your why, and then your marketing will flourish from there, from your niche client. And your niche client is usually someone that has something in common with you. Okay, much love.